All right. Look at MG.
Hey, look, we're here. We're live. What's going on, everyone?
Hello.
Oh, hello. What's going on?
Oof.
Hey, chat room.
Bradshaw looks like he should be bartending at the tool shed.
We got the first Smackdown on right now. Don't. You know, that's like my father's line. My father loved Jeff Jarrett in 1999 where he used to go, "Don't piss me off." My father he would go, "Don't piss me off."
Slap nuts.
Slap nuts. He would just call everybody slap nuts. All right.
Slap chunks.
I had a beagle this morning from Top Beagle.
Oh, nice.
Delicious.
I get rid of the gum.
Oh, look at him.
A big dude, man.
You know what?
Surprisingly big dude.
Val Venus.
Ladies.
All right. Hey, everybody. Good day. Party on. John, what up? Fifth Gen, what up? Jonathan, MG.
All the regs and the dregs are here. Did you leave this here for me on purpose?
Yeah. No, I did that. I did that political show with Justin Robert.
Oh,
Young.
how'd that go?
It was a lot of fun.
Where'd you guys go after?
I just did my Curtis Lewa impersonation for like 2 hours.
Oh boy.
Hey, you meatball.
Did you murder him like you said you were?
Who?
Justin Robert Young.
No, yeah, I murdered him. He's dead. It's over. But he did invite me. He said, we got to go to Hood Slam. He wants to do Hood Slam in Oakland.
Sure.
I was like, let's do Hood Slam, man.
I think much like Comic-Con, you'll walk in and walk out immediately.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Andrew's rocking the Stone Cold chain. Hell yeah.
That's why I'm kind of worried about Chicago, too, in Vegas. Like, you might just walk in and walk out.
Whoop. I'm okay with wrestling events because you know what it is? I could sit.
Oh, I know why.
Why?
Because everybody's facing the same way.
Same way. Nobody's looking at me.
Nobody's coming at me.
No. I don't want that. I don't want people looking towards
It's going to
me.
happen.
Yeah, I just want to be on the hard... No, nobody's coming to me.
What would you do if we went to Chicago?
And I just start running.
And you were dressed like that.
Yeah.
And then somebody was like, holy shit, Andrew, Matman.
Yeah.
And they just snatched the chain from your neck.
Oh, I'll fight him. I'll fight him.
Ran away.
No. I'll fight. I'll fight. I'm looking for a reason to fight too.
Your jewelry's gone. I've been feeling that too, man.
You want to fight someone?
Let's
do it.
I was telling Vicky yesterday. I was like, I'm generally in a really good mood. But we were driving yesterday. I was like, yo, I'm telling you, man, somebody's going to get slapped soon. Not her.
Yeah,
not her.
yeah.
But, you know.
Yo, Shin. All right. So we're going to do our Q&A today, obviously. Super chat, welcome for your Q&A questions. We would very much appreciate it. I think we did like $1.70 the last time we did this.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
So always appreciate it. I'm dressed like a Greek nightclub owner, as always. And I'm just going to go buy coffee. That's all I'm going. I'm going to the supermarket. This is how I dress up. You want to see my shoes today?
Sure. Nice. You bought them out.
Yeah, I bought them out. I bought all of them.
Be careful.
All right.
Clunk.
All right, you guys ready?
All right.
All
What's
right.
up?
Do you want to do one tweet that we're live?
Yes. From the Matman.
Yeah. Deborah McMichaels and Jeff Jarrett in the ring. Jeff Jarrett.
Guys, we are
Dude, you know what?
live
I got to tell you,
now.
I absolutely hate social media at this point.
Yeah, dude.
It's just such doom and gloom. You hit the nail on the head. You're like, you don't know. Like, I follow your method.
Mhm.
You don't know if the guy's 10 or the guy's like 100.
Right.
You know, like you've always said that to me, and I'm like, you know what? That always sits in the back of my head when I'm about to go at it with someone.
Because, it's really easy to get pissed off, and we get pissed off all the time, because people are just like Andrew will, this is before the show, by the way. This is a little inside.
We're not
baseball
live
for
right
you.
now.
A little inside.
I mean, we're
Madman
live,
for
but we're
you.
not.
Like people will tweet nonsense at Andrew, and it's like a bunch of them yesterday were like, dude, you don't even watch AEW. You're such a WWE shill.
And I'm like, you know what's really funny? I have felt guilty the
yeah.
last couple of weeks where we are covering more AEW than WWE
Mhm.
for like 4 or 5 weeks. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what? It has been leaning because I've been enjoying that show a little bit more.
Mhm.
So I'm like, it's so freaking wild. Like the perspective, I'm not getting like angry at it. I'm just fascinated by like the perspective of how you come to a conclusion about somebody.
Exactly.
Like I know somebody, like one of my good friends, Chauncey, right? Chauncey Hayden.
Yeah, Chauncey Hayden.
My wife's the godmother of his kid, and so is Mike. And Mike, Mike Wright is the godfather of his kid.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, this man was universally hated because of the Howard Stern show because he was a character on it. And like till this day, There are people that stop him and they're like, "Hey, Chauncey, F you. You're a piece of crap."
Yeah, it's weird.
20 some odd years later of being on the Howard Stern show. It's wild to me.
You're not at that point, though.
Stepping Out Magazine, Chauncey Hayden.
We got Bachelor 3000, $4.99. Hey, Sweet Babies, PMX, and Queens Ricky Starks in the place to be.
Oh, yeah, hold on. I got to
Boom.
I got to check the train time. What train am I getting on?
Every week. It's the same train every week.
I know.
You effed up the time.
11:49.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. I'm good. Let's go. You
I'm
guys
leaving.
ready?
I'm out. I'm gone.
How do you like the tan?
On Deborah? Beautiful.
On me.
It looks good. You've been doing the backyard? Or you
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
the place again?
Saturday, I just went on just laid out, man. I think I'm going to do that tomorrow,
Have
too.
you gone to the tan spot?
I haven't. You know what? I'm afraid to go because I get sick from those things.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come down with like a cold or a flu, and since the whole COVID thing, I really haven't gone back.
They shrink your balls, too.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
The tan, they shrink your balls.
Oh, they like is with a zapper?
When you're in the thing,
Yeah.
there's somebody with like an infrared gun just zapping
Boom.
your nutsack.
All right, you guys ready?
I'm ready.
All right. We'll begin in. Oh, we got a $4.99, Ryan. Thank you, man. Let's do me a favor, Jonathan and MG. Just put the super chats in a super chat category so I could hit those first. All right. We're gonna begin in 3, 2. Oh, we got notes, right? You got the notes?
I got the notes.
Okay. 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarian. Of course, I'm joined by the money man, Rich Stambolian.
What up to all my internets out there, baby?
What do you got there, 10 grand?
I got 10 grand over here, and one lucky winner is not gonna get this.
I want you to go down the block and just like slap it in someone's face. Just like throw the whole thing.
You know, if somebody picked this up and then traced it back to us, like we'd get in a lot of trouble.
The money?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure.
This
It's
is
a lot of
This
money.
is going to the mob.
It's $10,000 right
This
there.
is the mob money.
It's mob. Well, that's how the show's getting popular, obviously, right? it just like old school mafia guys just sitting there and clicking like. Hey Tony, listen, we need to make another account. We gotta give this guy a like. No, why'd you give a thumbs down?
We're in waste management, but we're also in podcast management.
Podcast management. What's going on, guys? So listen, a lot going on in professional wrestling. I'm very excited to be here, obviously. Been a very busy week, especially for me. Yesterday, I think I caused people to lose their minds.
Yeah, you were like the king of the internet yesterday.
Oh my god, dude! You know what? I got to tell you, it's rare for me to get annoyed online.
Yeah.
Like I'm really chill about this stuff. Like whatever, like what you like. But holy moly, some of the comments and the DMs I was getting yesterday were insane,
Atrocious.
insane. So, I got a DM. Somebody accused me of working for WWE.
Accuse you? How's that an accusation?
I'm like, first of all, why is that an accusation? Even if I was,
Why is that a bad thing?
Why is it a bad thing? And second, they're like, oh, I know for a fact you're on their payroll. You're a shill for WWE.
What?
I'm like, holy moly. You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine with that. Whatever. So I do want to talk about that a little bit today because I thought it was pretty wild. But a lot to talk about. Obviously, I got to take this in-ear out because it's driving me crazy and I'm echoing in my head.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to put these headphones back on.
Nice.
I didn't want to mess up my hair. I'm really upset at this now.
It's all right.
You know, sometimes it happens.
Is this?
Oh my God!
Are you
so
done
much
for
better.
the day now?
I'm done. I got to go to bed. So we have a ton to talk about, but I want to remind everybody: if you enjoy the show, you enjoy the podcast, and you enjoy our Twitter account, my Twitter, Rich's Twitter, give us some bucks on Patreon. Patreon.com/MattMenPodcast. You can fund us there. Little as $1 per month. You could just listen. You like us, tip us. Also, hit the super chat button here. We're broadcasting live on Friday. Already, we got a couple of people donating, which very much appreciated. Keeps us going here. Rich, where do you want to begin? Because there's a lot to break down. So you tell me where you want to go.
Well, let's start out with the news. I feel like on these quicker shows that we're doing, let's do the news up top, and then we'll go through the various cards.
Yeah.
So, do you want to take it, or
you throw them to me?
Let's throw them to you. All right. So apparently, Brock Lesnar's imminent return may not be for SummerSlam.
So there's a lot of confusion over this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody posted like, "Oh, you said he's going to be at SummerSlam." I'm like, dude, I never said SummerSlam. All I said was, I know that they're talking. They would love for him to be. They originally love for him to be at SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if it's not, but I do know that they are working to have him back when the fans come back. So if that's January, if that's which I don't believe it's going to be that late.
Right.
I would expect them sometime soon, not next month, but sooner than next year.
Mm-hmm.
That's based on just what was indicated to me. Nobody gave me a hard date or anything. But listen, Brock coming back is interesting. I know a lot of people were thinking he was showing up at Hell in a Cell. I don't even know where that rumor began. And even people within WWE that I speak to regularly that aren't at the highest level.
You mean your coworkers?
My coworkers, because I work there, obviously. They were thinking he's coming back, like ASAP. So it's a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors. I expect them to be back, probably this year. I know that they would love to have him back when that fans come back, but they want everybody back when the fans come back.
Oh yeah, they're gonna pull out all the stops to get all these. Big Show's gonna come back too.
Yeah, we're watching. So I finally got Peacock on here on the TV in the studio because the app's now available on Fire TV. So I put on the first Smackdown because all the Smackdowns are on there. What a different world, man! The first opening segment, there's an a-hole chant. Everybody's juiced up. Look at Test, gigantic,
big dudes, man. Like
amazing.
This is. I suggest to everybody to go watch this first Smackdown. And you'll see the difference in like body type and just like these big dudes. And also like I'm not gonna make too far of a stretch here, but I want to know your opinion on this. Comparatively, The Rock from the first SmackDown to The Rock now is like an insane transformation.
Not even the same person.
It's like Thriller Michael Jackson versus like the last Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Just like this trajectory of like, wow, it's like that Rock never existed. It's a different dude.
Wild, right?
Like really Smackdown is. Rock, different dude. Rock now, completely insane.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's a Brock story. I don't know. I mean, you would like to see Brock back, right?
I don't mind Brock, and like, plus the thing with Brock is like, it's not just any return. Like, this guy's going to be in like hidden all day until he shows up. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like, I feel like that's one of those things where like 90% of stuff in wrestling gets spoiled, right? But the 10% would include Brock Lesnar. Like, that won't get spoiled.
Listen, I think it's good for business, for sure, for WWE to bring him back as soon as possible. Like, I don't think Brock would ever go anywhere else, obviously. No. But I do think that it's going to happen soon, so we can move on from there. I get asked about Brock Lesnar like 18 times a day.
I know. It's very strange.
It's all day, all night.
People love that dude. Tim Anger, $20. Good morning, gentlemen and wrestling family.
Thank you,
Tim. Much appreciated. So I guess the speculation is that the Brock situation kind of leads to a quote-unquote backup plan for SummerSlam. Not that they need one, but Goldberg has been talked about.
Yeah, you know how the rumors started? Well, Goldberg has another match left.
On his contract?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. I believe it was like 2 matches, now he has one more. So, listen, if you were going to use Goldberg in a capacity that's going to draw in some way, why not use him at SummerSlam?
True.
I'm not saying that this is confirmed. I'm not confirming this. Just want to say that. But Lashley tweeted out that he wrote "Who's next" on Raw.
There you go.
Before Raw, he tweeted "Who's next" for Lashley. So there you go. Immediately that starts. And the USA Network Twitter handle kind of piggybacked on it. And I don't know if they're in the know for this, but they were like kind of alluding something about spearheading ahead or whatever. They use some words that kind of
jargon,
some jargon to allude that it might be Bill Goldberg. Listen, man, if it is Goldberg and Lashley, pretty cool to see that at SummerSlam. I know. Listen, I know people are like, I don't want to see Goldberg. You got to think of the big picture here. It's all eyes on me at this point, right? That's the goal. That's the goal with John Cena coming back. That's the goal for possibly everybody else. Listen, something that I don't have in the notes, it's Becky Lynch. That's a blockbuster return for this company.
Absolutely.
I believe it was in the Observer this week that she was at WrestleMania and they didn't use her. Listen, why would they use her over there? Yeah. It's already a stacked show, and she was, she's still training. She's been training super, super hard. She looks unbelievably great. Working super hard to come back. Listen, much needed hand for sure in the company. Star power wise, probably the biggest homegrown, I guess, incline since Austin, when that big pop happened for her where she really got over it. It was all organic. It happened. Yeah. You know what? Forget about Austin. It was more like a Daniel Bryan type rise to the top.
Right.
That's what I would compare it to that. So I don't know. You want to see Goldberg and Lashley?
I don't mind it. If that opens the show and Goldberg wins, I'm okay with that.
Oh, you want Goldberg to win?
Yeah, because
Cena beats Goldberg.
No,
I'm just listen, guys. Don't report that.
I feel like we know the main event of SummerSlam. We've talked about that, right?
Yeah.
For the most part, it's not 100% yet, but
Cena said that he's going to wrestle.
So the speculation is going to be Roman Cena, right?
Roman Cena, and now the rumor is Edge Rollins, which I'm into.
I'm cool with that.
I'm really cool with Rollins and Edge. I think that's a really cool combination to make.
Yeah.
But there's a couple names that are left out here, obviously. I don't expect The Rock. There was people that were saying, well, maybe The Rock's going to show up. I would be shocked if that's the case. I expect there to be more legends possibly coming up in the next couple months.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everybody and anything is going to be on TV at this point to pop a number. That's a reality.
I also think we're probably going to see another Triple H match at some point within the next 6 months.
I don't know. Definitely, yeah. I would expect it next year for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. I would expect that.
You know what I would love to see with that? I'd love to see him take on one of the NXT guys.
You know what?
Give him the rub.
How interesting would that be, right? Like in NXT though. You do it in NXT. Something happens like Karrion Kross, for example, right? Karrion Kross is becoming, or Samoa Joe. Joe is now like this enforcer. You want to have listen, this is all with the basis that Joe will eventually be able to wrestle. Mm-hmm. Something happens as a pull apart. He knocks Hunter. Something happens, and you lead to a takeover match with Joe and Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was very much against the WWE guys being in NXT. Remember when they did that Seth Rollins thing at Takeover where he showed up?
Yeah.
I didn't really care for that. I don't think it was done great.
Okay.
But if they do a Hunter and Joe or Hunter and Karrion Kross or something, would be very unique because he is NXT. He is tied to the brand.
What about Hunter, Adam Cole?
I feel like it would be unrealistic.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't sit with me.
Okay.
I feel like it would be a very unrealistic match considering the size difference and Hunter's star power. Not to say that Adam Cole is not a star, but very different star power.
Right. Gargano.
Him and Gargano, I want to see. That's a very realistic match.
I want to see Hunter wrestle like everybody one last time, to be honest with you, before he goes out.
That would be cool.
If he can stay healthy, I think that would be a lot of fun.
All fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure. We can honestly there's probably a Hunter Roman at some point.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think it's happened before.
It has.
No, they did. They did do that because he beat Hunter for the title.
They did, but I think it's going to be if this family thing keeps going on, who's to say that he can't take on the McMahon family?
Yeah, man.
And all that stuff.
Yeah.
Shane gets murdered again.
I don't want to see Shane wrestle anymore. I like him too. I don't want to see it.
All right.
You want to go into the next one?
Yeah, so it looks like we have dates for the WWE draft.
I made a boo-boo here. I really screwed up.
Okay.
So there was a report, I think it was Ringside reported it initially and everybody else piggybacked on it, and they said that there's no major plans for after the draft.
Okay.
Something like that. There's no plans, anything set in stone. And I posted that that's absolutely not true. That's not an accurate report. Yeah, for some people, that's always the case, but I've heard certain names that are going to be drafted to a certain side, and there are big plans for them because they look at it as a reset for them, especially going in front of a live audience after 16 months, 17 months at that point. So there are plans for people. So I reported that, but I looked at the wrong month on my calendar, and I put the wrong week. I put it as August 20 whatever, I put it as the show right after SummerSlam, and I caught it, but it was too late, and everybody picked up on that. But the date is August 30th and September 3rd. Those are the dates for the draft.
Okay.
Smackdown and Raw. I don't know if NXT's involved. I would hope that they would be. But I know that they are planning on bringing certain people up in NXT, and we saw an example of that, Karrion Kross's debut on Main Event with a very bizarre generic entrance. You know what's fascinating? And this just shows you how important production presentation is. in NXT, this guy is a monster. Okay, he looks big. He's menacing,
entrance, the whole nine.
Diabolical, sinister.
Right, sinister.
He goes on main event, generic entrance, comes out, looks small. How do you make a guy that's 6'4" look small?
Right.
I have no idea. I mean, I guess Shelton Benjamin's gigantic too. So
big dude, man.
but Karrion Kross is at least 230 pounds.
Yeah.
235. He's a big dude, 6'4", 230, 240, let's say.
Yeah.
How do you look small? You know how you look small? By shooting it like you're a small guy.
Right.
It was interesting. I found that to be the most interesting part of his terrible main event thing. I wasn't for it. Listen, I don't think if you're debuting a guy on a different product like that, you better make it a big deal if he's a big deal.
Absolutely.
They treated it really bizarre.
Plus, like WWE has that bodyism, you know, where it's Raw and SmackDown, you need a Raw and SmackDown body within reason, you know, depending on who you are, right?
Yeah.
And when you take those guys and put them in next to a lot of NXT guys, they just look massive because they're conditioned to look massive. You know, like when Breezango went back down to NXT,
he was huge.
They were all like so big, tan, big, ripped.
I mean, isn't that interesting though?
Yeah,
I find that fascinating.
Look at Daniel Bryan too. Like compare original run Daniel Bryan when he was with the Miz to like later on Daniel Bryan, wide, thick, gigantic. You know?
Yeah. Here's a great question statement in our chat room. I was stunned that they let a champion have such a lack of production. I agree with you. You know, listen, this was a tryout for him. Not necessarily that they don't know how well he's going to work, but they wanted to see him in front of that setup. You know, in that back, they wanted to get a feel for him, and that's exactly what it was. Scarlett also was doing something on SmackDown. She's going to do. She was there. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about breaking them up. To be honest,
no.
A lot of people were freaking out that they may be breaking up. I don't think that's the case. Rich, you want to go into the other story that we skipped over?
Are we talking about the draft?
No, after the draft.
Are we talking about Big E getting moved back with his possible push?
Oh yeah, let's go into that.
All right.
I know that they have plans for him.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous dude. He's tremendous. I mean,
in more ways than one.
In more ways than one.
In every single way, he's a tremendous dude.
Really good guy too.
Yeah.
Everything I've heard about him, he's a total mensch.
Big E is one of those dudes that when you look at him, he fits that WWE aesthetic mold so perfectly, and plus he can work, and he's got a personality, right?
By the way, Brandon in our chat room, $50. I have to interrupt this. Normally we save these for the end, but $50. So I'm gonna give him a shout out right now. Brandon Edwards. Hypothetical, if Hunter takes over for Vince, who runs NXT?
Shawn Michaels.
Road Dogg.
Ooh.
So I do not believe that Hunter will be taking over as Vince. I think that concept that you have the man in a high castle running the story. You like that reference?
I do. I'm a big Philip K. Dick fan.
A great book, man.
Oh, amazing book.
The series sucked. After like the second season,
it's different. Yeah,
second season it fell apart, but I did enjoy it till the end. Hypothetical, if Hunter takes over for Vince, I don't think we're ever gonna have that one guy taking over for Vince anymore. That concept that like it's gonna be one individual. You could already see that the way they've structured that company with Nick Khan and all the other hires that they're doing. You know, the head of communication, brand new hire that they have. This guy's totally seasoned from the Zone and other properties. So they're building more like a franchise. More like a sports franchise with multi layers than a small family business.
Absolutely. Well, it's like a traditional like Fortune 500 company.
Yeah.
There's going to be a board of directors, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to make creative decisions.
Listen, it's probably going to be Steph, to be honest. Steph is going to be that position, you know, top spot in that company.
She is the most corporate.
Very. She I got to tell you, very impressive too. I'm very impressed by people that are so put together in the corporate world because I'm in that world and I'm not put together at all.
Tough.
I'm a total freaking lunatic.
It's tough.
I'm looked at as like, oh, he's a little nuts.
Yeah.
In all these meetings and stuff that I take because I'm so out there.
Maybe you should button your shirt up.
No, never. Actually, this is what I do. When I walk into a meeting, suit and ties, it's just this, dude. And I just go like this, like the hitman.
Save it for the Patreon, Andrew. Actually, save it for Saturday. Are we doing Saturday night?
Yeah, I think so.
Save it for Saturday. Save the topless for Saturday.
Okay, Saturday.
Can we do a topless show?
Listen, I may be a little drunk though.
That's fine.
No, I'm gonna be totally sober. I'm not drinking on these watch-alongs anymore.
Oh, I thought that was the plan for this Saturday.
Oh,
this
do you
want
the
wild one?
Oh, you want to get a little wild?
I want to get a little nuts.
Okay, I just don't want to like slur all over the place.
It's only a 2-hour show.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So.
Yeah, Big E push. Now, here's the big story here that I cause people to lose their minds.
Yeah.
WWE coming to MSG September 10th. Mike Johnson from why is my brain breaking?
James Johnson.
PW Insider, correct? Insider. Sorry, my brain just stopped. Sorry,
it's okay.
I'm so sorry. I want to get his handle because I want to give a shout out to him. Mike PW Insider tweeted, Mike Johnson, obviously reputable name in professional wrestling for many, many years. By the way, he's a Flushing boy. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Mike Johnson, born in Flushing, Queens.
Very nice.
We got to do like a little Queens crossover, Mike. So somebody tweet him and let him know that we would love to talk to him. Mike Johnson tweeted out that, and also posted the article on PW Insider, that WWE, he was able to confirm that they are going to MSG September 10th, Friday.
Beautiful.
It's the eve of September 11th, 20th anniversary of September 11th.
Jesus.
So, I mean, listen, it totally makes sense for them to do it. I know that WWE has this very deep connection to that day.
Absolutely.
They were one of the first things to run the following week. You know, it was a big deal. We all lived it here. So, I think it's tremendous. I'm excited for it. We will be there, obviously, because it's in our backyard again. Now, I double confirmed his story, because I think like for months we've been saying like, oh, WWE is running in September.
Mm-hmm.
When I went to the Garden in January, I met up with a couple friends that work there, and I was like, hey, any news? Because they were supposed to run September in 2020 if things were opening. You know, there was still that concept that like, well, it maybe will open by September. And obviously that didn't happen, and things peaked and things shut down again. But when I saw him in January, dude was like, oh, yeah, it's early September.
Right.
I don't have the date yet. We're trying to figure it out. But you could kind of figure out the day, whatever. There's 2 weeks in early September.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 Mondays and there's two Fridays. So it's either one of those days. So they are running. Now, this caused a total uproar from people.
Yeah.
Saying, oh my God, WWE is so petty. They are doing this to trump AEW show that's going to be running 2 weeks from then at Arthur Ashe in Queens, New York.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Listen, I was actually stunned that was the narrative from people. I was genuinely surprised. Really? Very much
You
so.
got surprised from the internet?
I really did.
You've been on the internet forever.
I am the internet.
You are the internet.
Listen,
You got where's the poster? Where's the king of all media poster?
I am the king of all new media. I was shocked because, listen, WWE's been running the Garden for like 800 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay? 2, they have historically, since they returned back to the Garden in 2018, right? 2017, 2018.
Mm-hmm.
They have been running September. That's when they ran. Okay. Historically, they've run September at the Garden. Why is this a shocker? This was obviously a make good for 2020.
Right.
That they now have this spot. People are like, oh, they're so petty. And I was like, guys, you can't book a venue like the Garden overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
And WWE is not going to change their entire touring path.
Right.
Just to be like, oh, you know, AEW's in New York. God damn it, pal. Let's ruin it by booking Madison Square Garden 2 weeks before.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It wasn't like that, guys. You know, like, I know that there's like this secret war that people think exists and this hatred between. I don't get that. I don't get the favoritism. I don't like what you like, don't like what you don't like. Why are you like, there's no deep conspiracy. Like, yeah, do they want AEW to be successful? Probably not. I don't think they really give a crap at this point, but obviously they like being number one. They like being on top. There's nothing wrong with that. That's competition. I don't think anybody would want their business to not do well. If you have a pizza shop and another one opens next door, you're going to say, F these guys. I'm going to try to do my best to beat them.
Exactly.
This wasn't a retaliatory move by WWE to book the most expensive venue in the country with the most fees that you generally don't make money on.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't realize that about the Garden. The Garden is very expensive to run, and you generally will, if they ran the show with the same amount of attendance in, let's say, Newark,
Mhm.
or anywhere, Philly, Boston, it would be a fraction of the cost it is to run the Garden. It's a lot of union hands, and it's a lot of nonsense that goes into booking this building. So this isn't a retaliatory thing.
No, not at all. It's like, again, not to sound patronizing or condescending, but it's one of those things I think the specific folks who are talking about who don't understand have probably never, like, I'm going to use getting married as an example.
Yeah.
Right? You can't, 2 weeks before your wedding, you can't call up a venue and say, listen, I'm thinking about getting married in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let me book this venue.
Yeah.
Right? You have to book it several months in advance. You have to go through all the red tape, all the bureaucracy to get it done. You know?
And listen, do you know where WWE's flying to? They're flying to the UK.
Yeah.
The following week. So, obviously, that was planned. They're going to be at the O2 Arena.
No, this is all last minute just to mess with AEW.
Oh, yeah, all last minute.
All
so,
last
like,
minute.
I'll give you an example. I got a tweet just now. For all the people claiming that it's a crazy coincidence, WWE booked MSG on 9/10, and they had the date for months. Maroon 5 was booked that night, and it recently canceled. Maroon 5 was booked. But WWE didn't go to them and be like, oh, yeah, let's do this. Maybe they moved it up a week. They were always running September. So what difference does it make if it's the first week in September or the last weekend? Yeah. It doesn't matter. They were booked in September. That's the baffling part of this. I spoke to someone at the Garden in January, and they literally told me this, and we spoke about it months ago. You know, like, I find that deep down, AEW #1 fan, WWE shills will still defend it and move the goalposts. I don't even know what that means. Yeah. Anyway, so I find that whole thing bizarre.
It's very bizarre.
Strange. Very strange.
I also think it was a bunch of, I think it was 5 Italian guys called Maroon 5.
Maroon 5. It was Maroon 5. It wasn't Maroon 5,
yeah,
guys.
It was Maroon 5.
They just moved it to Bensonhurst.
Peacock, like Andrew said at the beginning of the show, Peacock finally has Amazon Fire added to it as of yesterday. Yeah,
Peacock finally comes to the Amazon Fire TV June 24th. I'm on it right now. They also added the entire SmackDown library to it. Right now, I think it's Kane.
A lot of fun.
Who's in the ring? Kane is in the ring.
Kane and X-Pac.
Kane and X-Pac against Road Dogg and Billy Gunn.
I love it. Road Dogg, again, is one of those dudes, not the greatest body in the world when you look at him.
No.
Billy Gunn, however, tremendous.
Tremendous, yeah.
Road Dogg, that guy could talk and work like nobody's business, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? Years and years ago, there was an interview with both of them, and I find this so fascinating. I always think about this. They both basically said wrestling in the ring took time away from them being backstage and doing drugs.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Fascinating.
They were like, everything was great. The wrestling was like the most like in the way part of it, you know?
That's so funny.
So you mentioned something today in the group chat that we should definitely talk about, especially bouncing, springboarding off our conversation last week with video games.
Yeah.
Tony Khan just made a gigantic video game investment.
Yeah, fascinating, right? Tony Khan invested $20 million. This is I believe it's in this week's Observer. Tony Khan has invested $20 million into Epic Games. Isn't that interesting? Which is separate from the money already invested in the video games, in the AEW video game, and doesn't have anything to do with AEW.
Yeah,
he invested another 8 figures, around $10 million into production of the video game.
Yeah,
fascinating.
He's gonna make his money back tenfold.
You know what? I got to tell you, it's last week we went into this AEW conversation about the video game and the importance of the WCW games and the WWF games in the late 90s, even in the mid 2000s with all the, with Here Comes the Pain and all the SmackDown series stuff. But it was really, and I heard from you guys, and it was so awesome to hear so many people talk about this and what the experience was like for them when they were teenagers in the late 90s like us, playing these games. And there were so many people like, listen, I was the only wrestling fan in my group. I was the only one that really, really liked wrestling, but what got my friends into it was the video game. Right. It was playing, NWO Revenge or WCW Revenge or whatever, whichever one it was. But it's interesting how that really created this small little boom that was a nice core for wrestling to build on top of. So I don't know if that's the plan here. I know that they really want this game to work. And to be honest, if it didn't, it would kind of be an embarrassment to them because Kenny Omega's so heavily invested in gaming. You know, that's kind of his other career on the side. So this has to be a home run. They have to.
I think they're going to QC the hell out of the game before they launch it. You know, they have to because it has to be as good as expected, if not better. AEW does have the history of over-delivering, you know? So I think the video game won't be any different.
I hope so.
But it could be a dud, like the deathmatch ending.
The deathmatch, yeah. You know what though? I would hope that in the game they put that in as like an Easter egg. You have a deathmatch, and it goes kapoof,
and it fizzles.
It just fizzles.
So good, good. That'd be great.
So that was interesting stuff.
So this past Sunday we had Hell in a Cell. You want to quickly go through this?
Yeah, really quickly.
Okay, so
because we have like 20 minutes.
Let's get through this, and then we'll do questions.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So Natalya beat Mandy. Great.
Okay.
Bianca Belair beat Bayley 20 minutes.
By the way, she looked good. Mandy looked good in that match.
Yeah, everybody looked great.
Yeah.
At Hell in a Cell. As Rollins beat Cesaro, I think that was a mistake.
You think it was a mistake?
Yeah, I don't know why they fed Cesaro to Rollins.
Yeah.
You know, Alexa Bliss.
If he's working towards Edge, you know.
Yeah. Alexa Bliss beat Shayna Baszler.
Oh, can we talk about this with the voodoo now? You know what that was? Can I tell you what that was?
What?
It was Stranger Things.
Okay.
But that's exactly what it was.
Like the upside down?
No, it was her being 11 and being able to do this and make people move and control people.
Okay.
That's what she was doing.
Okay. 6 minutes. Sami Zayn beat Kevin Owens, 12 minutes. Kevin Owens apparently is taking time off after this storyline and for real. Raw Women's Champion Rhea Ripley beat Charlotte Flair via DQ.
I got to tell you, a lot of kids are into Rhea Ripley now.
Oh, she's great. She's a big action fan.
I got my finger on the pulse of what the youth of this nation likes. Kids, all my friends have kids, tons of kids. I have to tell you, Rhea Ripley right now, totally over with them.
Well, you got 2 Utes yourself.
Utes. What is a Ute?
Hell in a Cell. Bobby Lashley with MVP beat Drew McIntyre. 25
wrong name,
minutes.
Dude. Bobby Ashley. It's Bobby Ashley.
Oh boy.
According to one of their dopey writers that they hired.
Oh boy. So fine. It was an okay pay-per-view. Guess what? Guess what happened on SmackDown also? Roman Reigns beat Rey Mysterio in a Hell in a Cell.
We got 4 of them.
Guess what happened on Raw also? There was another Hell in a Cell non-title match. Bobby Lashley beating Xavier Woods. Now, I want to ask you something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got the Iggy on this.
So okay. I need to ask you this, and I want to ask the fans this too.
I'm not wearing anything under the pants. No boxes, no briefs.
I already knew. This is just crotchless.
Just crotchless, yeah.
Crotchless pants. That's why they think you're weird at work, because you're tucking your shirt into crotchless pants. So you just kind of have like a loose flappy over your ding dong. Okay, this begs the question.
Yeah.
Does Hell in a Cell even matter as a match anymore? I personally think it should be shelved for at least 3 years.
You know what's really funny? Somebody posted, I don't remember who it was. Somebody posted a picture online, and it was, that like little bin, like the little red plastic bin that we all had when we were kids?
Yes.
It was that flipped upside down going over a WWE ring. And I was like, you know what? That exactly is what this is.
Yeah.
We
got 4 Hell in a Cell matches in 4 days.
I didn't mind it on TV, to be honest.
Okay.
I didn't hate it. I wasn't like exhausted with it. But I got to tell you, a lot of people were excited, especially the kids, on Friday, because I did happen to watch it with like a group of like 9, 10, 11-year-olds. And they were so psyched about the cage still being up, the Hell in a Cell being up during that promo in the beginning. I was like, you know what? That little minor detail, that's exactly the reaction that they wanted, and they got it.
That's right. I forgot you host a kids show on the weekends.
Yeah, that's all I do.
Called Welcome to the Jungle Gym.
Welcome to the Jungle Gym, but with Andrew Zarin. So I thought, listen, I didn't hate it, but you're absolutely right. I think the menacing of this cell, of this cage, is gone.
It's
it's gotten. It looks too nice. It's red. It's pretty. It's clean. Like what I would do, I would gimmick up the dirt all over that thing, like that ring, the mat. Like if it's a Hell in a Cell match, like I want to see, like, you don't have to put real blood, but put like fake blood on the mat.
Rust
be like,
and grime.
Yeah, be like, you see, this is like it's symbolic of all the men and women that have fought in this thing. Look at this ring. Look at how deformed it is. Look at how beat up it is. They could do something.
Do you think it should be shelved for a couple of years, so it has impact.
No, because it sells merchandise. It sells toys.
All right.
Every year they sell Hell in a Cell cages. It's the same thing as the ambulance or the shark cage.
The cadence of the promo has zero effect now.
None. Zero.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everybody does the same thing. I'm gonna face you. Pause. At Hell in a Cell.
Listen, you know what? When there's like another Foley bump, then people are gonna be like, "Holy crap!" I don't think they'll ever be able to replicate the emotion with that ever again.
Yeah.
Even if they do it now, By the way, they had crash pads.
Yeah.
In that Hell in a Cell, they had, which got exposed on TV. I don't know how the hell they're gonna do this going forward with a live crowd. They're gonna have to come up with a new way to protect these guys. 2, there was a hand that came out of the ring. It's obviously Mae Young's son. He has a job at WWE now.
They take care of their family.
They take care of the
Family.
Very strange.
I don't know, man. I think again, like this is one of those things where I look at, especially on the Raw side, where I'm like, I feel like I'm aging out of this.
Yeah, it's you know what? I have a little bit, but I'm still very hopeful that they're gonna get their shit together once they're live.
Absolutely. All right. So, do you want to go into questions now? Because we only have about 20 minutes left. We have a lot of questions.
Can I ask you, do you think the crowd, and this is it's a question for the audience, right? And I'm not saying this is what I want, but because of the way things have been over the last year and a half with society, do you think the crowd is going to be like ravenous if the WWE's creating content that they don't like, they find ridiculous? Like, do you think not necessarily SummerSlam, but like, let's say that show in the Garden, let's say it's a bad show. Do you think they're going to like really be like, this is the dumps and start chanting a-hole and whatever and hijack even more than usual?
I think the two possibilities are going to happen, and I will explain these two divergent paths to you right now. 1, people are going to be so hungry that they cheer for everything.
Okay.
2, people are going to be stewing so effing hard at home going, I can't wait to get there and boo the S out of this. I cannot wait to go there and throw a battery at Shayna Baszler or whoever. Shayna Baszler. I can't wait to get there.
Dude, she catches it in her mouth and chews it. She just swallows the batteries.
I can't wait to go there and boo the nonsense. I think crowds are gonna definitely hijack shows for quite some time. I think Roman's gonna get booed out of the building for at least 2 months, but in a good way.
Yeah.
No.
I think that's gonna be a problem because I think people are really into Roman.
I think he's gonna get booed. So I think that's like the 50-50 thing. I think he's gonna get genuinely heel booed out of the building.
I hope so.
I do think people that they want to get cheered will not get cheered at all.
Maybe
people who they're kind of setting up where you're like, I don't get it. I think Nakamura is gonna blow the roof off the place when he's in front of a live crowd.
Yeah.
I think AJ, even though he's working heel now, is gonna get cheered like. Yeah, it's gonna raise the roof.
Yeah, I'm curious to see.
You're gonna see a lot of heel turns. I guarantee it. Orton's gonna get booed out of the building.
Guys, Q&A time, boys and girls. Submit your questions into the chat. Hit the super chat button. Fund us. Help us out. We're at $91. Let's hit 100 today. How about that? Let's hit $100 today. Dynamite preview before we do our Q&A. Dynamite is tomorrow night, 6/26 at 8 p.m. East.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Rebel versus Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. I don't care to see Vicky wrestle, but I'm sure there's going to be some sort of shenanigans here.
Yeah.
TNT Championship match between Miro and Brian Pillman Jr. I kind of want to see this. Hangman Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs. By the way, there's going to be a lot of people in that building.
Yeah.
They've opened up the building, so I expect that pop for Hangman to be astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
AEW World Championship match, Kenny Omega versus Jungle Boy. I think this is going to be a really, really... Kenny's going to make him look like $1 million.
This is where that spirit of Kenny Omega comes into play, where he's going to help this guy be a better worker than he already is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody that Jungle Boy has worked with, from the start of AEW to working with Christian recently to now Kenny Omega, they're putting this guy in a place where he's doing nothing but learning.
Yeah, and with one of the best, Yeah. By the way, Mark L, $10 in the chat. Thank you, Mark. Super chat time, guys. You want to read the questions?
All right, guys. We got like we said, if you super chat us, we will answer your questions first. We're on a bit of a time constraint here.
I got to get to work. And people are asking me, why are you dressed like that?
Yeah, get to work.
I gotta get to work.
Yeah, get to
That's
work,
how I
baby.
dress. Look
Yeah.
at my khaki pants.
Listen, man. Those hookahs ain't gonna hook themselves.
The hookahs ain't gonna hook themselves. All right.
All right. Ryan Martins, $4.99. Are the reports of WWE breaking up Cross and Scarlett when they get called up true? I saw his main event entrance video, and it's not the same without her.
I don't think they're gonna break them up. I really hope not. I think it's silly for them to break them up. They're such a tremendous act. They're married also, so I'm sure they're gonna want to travel together. They're not gonna want to be on separate brands if that's the case. I think it's too early to speculate on that. Really.
I agree with you. Mark L, $10. Thank you. No question, just $10, man. Appreciate it. John Gorman, $5. What up, guys? I hope all is well. AEW's coming to Pittsburgh in August. Do you see them having both Dynamite and Rampage on separate nights? Are you shocked?
No, I know that their plan was to go live with Rampage for at least the beginning. At least to build that viewership, and they're going to put some big matches on that. Because that 10 p.m. slot is really crappy. Friday night at 10 p.m. really sucks. I got to tell you, that not a good night. Not a good night at all. You know, if it was 7 p.m., I would think it would be a better night. Like, I don't watch wrestling on Friday nights.
I agree with you.
You know, like, I watch some of SmackDown. I'll catch a little bit of it, but generally, I just watch it the next morning.
I do the same thing. Can I super chat you right now?
Yeah.
Why is Michael Hayes dressed like a Golden Girl?
Oh my God. So I'm watching. Is this the first Is this still SmackDown, or it went to something else? Yeah. It is the first It says WWE Friday Night SmackDown. So stupid, Peacock. WWE Friday Night SmackDown on April 29, 1999. So it's Gangrel, Edge and Christian in the ring, mocking Michael Hayes. They're beating the crap out of Michael Hayes. They're brooding him, and he's dressed like a Golden Girl.
He was wearing a head-to-toe beige fluffy outfit. He looked like Blanche.
It's a onesie.
Yeah. He cinched it. Let's see. Mr. Michael Law asks for $2. What if Shahid Khan bought WWE?
No, never gonna happen.
That'd be amazing.
Never gonna happen.
Ryan Martin's another $4.99. Thank you, sir. This whole WWE versus
dude, he puked all over himself.
Oh boy, that's a Bloody Mary mix.
do.
This whole WWE versus AEW thing has caused fans to lose hold of their senses.
Yeah.
They think everything is a competition no matter what. It's crazy.
Guys, have fun. Enjoy wrestling. Enjoy it. You don't have to hate everything. You don't have to argue. Like this whole I'm going to tell you, the fall of society will be the way we engage with each other online.
You think so?
I could never imagine sitting at a bar talking to you. Right?
Talking to me.
And I'm like, oh, yeah, AEW was great last night. And a guy next to me going, what are you, a fucking shill? You like them? You don't, what are you, on their payroll? That doesn't happen. But for some reason.
You know what would happen honestly, if that happened to us, my reaction?
Punch him right in the face.
My gut reaction would be to take my beer, splash it in the dude's face, and go, hey, get the F out of here, buddy.
I get into one bar fight a year.
Mm-hmm. It's usually verbal.
Sometimes it gets heated, like this. But it's been 2 years now.
All right, good.
I'm filing down my teeth at in Vegas. I'm waiting. I'm just gonna randomly bite people.
What would you do if that happened?
If what?
Someone
started fighting with me?
You're talking to me.
Yeah.
And then somebody goes, "Why don't you shut the F up, you WWE shill?"
Oh, I'd lose my mind. I would just. I'm like, oh, you want to know? I would just take all my clothes off, get butt naked. I'm like, you want to fight? Let's go.
Just and you're already greased up.
I'm already greased.
You're pre-greased up.
I go like this, like, oh, and all the grease starts.
All right.
We're just having fun, boys and girls.
We got young Drizzy MSC here with Ava Marie saying her loss was rigged. Does she and Piper get a rematch for the Money in the Bank spot, or does Eva win a last chance battle royal on SmackDown or Raw?
I have no idea. I have zero interest in that story.
And they announced the name too. It's not Piper anymore. It's Dewdrop.
Dewdrop. What a stupid thing. I don't know. I have no words for that. Well, I really don't. It's how do you even come to that? How do you even get there? Like I would love to know. You know what fascinates me more than that? I think the creative process of coming up with something so absurd and dumb like that is the most fascinating part of this.
I do think it's people panicking until something clicks with the higher ups.
I guess so.
But also, like, the character sold it, like, she didn't like the name, so there's going to be a turn.
I guess, yeah, no,
coming at some
there will
point.
be.
Noob and Company asks, with the draft happening, which WWE superstars want to have their character change? For example, Asuka turn heel on the fans, or Alexa Bliss change back to the goddess?
I don't know. I don't know what the plans would be, but yeah, if you are going to reset, and this is a reset, this would be the time to do it. I don't know where the Alexa Bliss stuff is going. I don't know how you even end that. Do you just have her be unmysticized? I don't know how you do it.
You have to, like, demagic her. She has to get bumped on the head.
I'm telling you, that's the way you do all of this. You want to turn people? I'm telling you, the bump on the head is the best storyline that you could do. Lana should have been bumped on the head.
Several times.
And then go back and forth with the accent and everything.
And then maybe a new accent.
And then maybe a new one, yeah.
French.
Yeah, I would love a French one.
Oui, oui.
Maybe Persian. Can you imagine?
That would be...
Hello, Rich John. How are you?
That would be
Come here. I want to give you a hug. I want to give you a kiss. Can you imagine Lana with a Persian accent? I want that.
I don't think the majority of people would know what's going on.
Oh, she would tell people that she's Persian and not Iranian. That would be her thing.
I'm Persian.
Miro John, I'm Persian now.
Brandon Edwards. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say Edwards. Brandon
Edwards.
Brandon Edwards. Brandon Edwards. If people say Roman has no one to fight, who the hell does Brock fight after Roman?
Lashley.
Well,
you got Lashley. You got
Drew again.
You got Drew. You got Lashley. Maybe you could do an Edge match. What if you do something with The Rock?
That'd be cool.
How about? I got one. Big E. Do something with Big E.
Oh, that'd be cool.
He murdered all the New Day in that Rumble, remember?
Yeah. Pippa asks, Pippa Rubin, hi Pippa.
Hey Pippa.
Very MIA lately. Did you already discuss Parker Boudreaux? Sorry if the spelling is wrong. Brock's son. I'm ready for him.
Don't rush that guy.
Yeah, don't rush him.
I want that guy, and you know what his finisher should be? Shooting star press.
Ooh.
Just have him do shooting star presses, man.
You think they should call him Brock Sunster?
Brock Incarnate. What is it? The Beast Incarnate?
Yeah.
Do Brock Incarnate. I'm into that.
Shocker123 asks, for the draft, will there be GMs for each show, or are we doing network execs again?
I don't know. But I know that the networks are pitching stuff. So maybe they are going to do a network thing again.
Vibor Pal, will John Cena and Edge both be there on July 16th SmackDown?
I don't have any information on who's going to be there, but I was told that the 16th and that Raw following it are going to be stacked. So I don't know what that means. Beyond that, I don't know.
Fair enough. Brandon Edwards, is Sammy the new Dolph dependable plug and play heel?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, he's the meter.
I'm going to go out on a limb here.
Yeah.
I think Sammy, I'm going to take Dolph out of this. I think Sammy is the new Mr. Perfect.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
You know,
great worker. Great on the mic. Big personality. Yeah. Okay, I could kind of see that.
Doesn't really need to take a win. Doesn't, you know. Yeah. Kay's Ninari, I hope I said that right. Prediction for Andrade surprise. Is it going to be Theo? Is it going to be Theo
Huxtable?
Theo.
Or Theo like an uncle.
Like Thea Trinidad. Or Ring of Honor's LFI.
I think it should be Thea Trinidad.
You mean I think he meant LA, not LAJ. They're like Roosh and like all those other dudes.
It has to be. Listen, what a great pair those two are, right?
Yeah.
Tremendous pair. So I would hope that it is, but I don't know. I don't know anything, definite.
All right, let's go. Next question. We got about what time we got to get out of here?
Soon.
Okay. Tim Anger, if you could swap one wrestler from both WWE and AEW, who would you pick?
Oh, just like a total swap?
Mm.
I would trade Christian for Edge.
Oh, that's a good one.
On the AEW side.
That's a good one.
You do the WWE side.
Well, I was gonna go Penelope Ford.
Oh, for who?
Penelope Ford goes to WWE and AEW gets Alexa Bliss.
I'm into that.
Right?
That'd be cool. Okay.
I think
that's a very unique pick.
Or Sasha.
Sasha goes to AEW and they get Britt Baker.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm into that too. Ooh, yeah.
Mark H, even though he is retired, do you still expect Undertaker to make appearances? I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
Do you still expect Undertaker to make pizzas in the near future?
Oh, yeah, definitely pizzas.
Make appearances in the near future. With the new set designs, do you expect WWE to install some kind of plexiglass by the ramp for live shows?
No. WWE is very much against any kind of masks and plexis, and they want to forget the last 18 months existed.
Oh, God forbid. Imagine if like the huge mistake is that the fans are close again and they just all like spit on everybody.
They're all just gross.
Oh, nasty.
I would 130% expect The Undertaker to show up sometime this year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how do you not? How do you not do it, you know?
Full regalia, or is Mark?
No. Full dead man who
with the
maybe choke
beanie.
slams someone, does something.
I think he shows up with the beanie and sweatshirt.
You think so?
Like documentary Undertaker. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on, you want to see my taker?
Yeah, please. Hey, I'm the Undertaker. That's pretty good. Driving that big hog.
Big hog.
I want to watch. Do you know how to drive a motorcycle?
Yeah.
I want to see you ride a hog.
I've never ridden a big one like that. I've ridden like a
where
cruiser.
you're just like.
No, I can't. I can't do it. I'm not big enough. I'm not big enough. You got to be at least like 6'5" and like 400 pounds.
Oh, for sure.
All right, let's get through these quick.
Fifth generation Carney asks, Andrew, what do you know, if anything, about the AEW TV deal in India?
That's a great question. I've been asked that by like 15 people the last week.
Mm-hmm.
I just discovered we have this tremendous viewership in India now. Did you know that? Which I absolutely love.
Like us?
Us.
Oh yeah,
us.
Cool.
We like
big shout out.
Big shout out to India. We like out of nowhere. Our viewership has skyrocketed in India because wrestling is so freaking hot there.
Mm-hmm.
Like super, super hot. You know, because they have like 50 billion people living there, so their TV does astronomical numbers, which is awesome.
Matman Worldwide.
I don't know. But I know that they're working on something. It's a tremendous market to be in that's hot for wrestling. So why wouldn't you be there?
A lot of people. Orion asks, do you think WWE will put Alexa together with The Fiend again at some point? Cheers from Brazil.
Hey, or
cheers.
Cheers. Do you think WWE? Yeah, I think maybe.
Obrigado. Yeah, why not? I feel like they have to.
Did you say something in Portuguese?
Yeah. Brandon Santoro, any news on
the mafia?
On when? Oh my God, this guy. All right, you gonna pick this up?
Hold on.
He's got to come.
Yeah,
pick
he has
this
to
up
get the
soon.
money.
Any news on when NXT will leave the CWC? They will look so low rent being in the. I feel like this is a question from last week. We answered this. He saved it. We'll answer it again.
Maybe, yeah.
Any news on when NXT will leave the CWC? They will look so rent being in the CWC while Raw, SmackDown, and AEW are in packed arenas. I hope the SummerSlam takeover is not in that building.
I would say. Hold on, I'm getting a call. I cannot answer. I will silence. I would say that they need to definitely get out of there. But here's the other thing. You know, Full Sail is the same exact problem, where it looks a lot smaller, and that was obviously the point of this, was to keep it kind of more underground looking and smaller because it was still developmental.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to plan on traveling. I would hope that they do eventually, maybe do like once a month big shows like that, where you're in a much larger building to kind of compete with this. But I don't know. I know that SummerSlam that Sunday they're considering a takeover to be in Orlando. I don't know if they're looking for the building or not right now. I haven't followed up on that at all.
Okay. We got a couple of Twitter questions.
Yeah.
From @DeadAliveSI. What on earth could we see from Bray Wyatt upon his return? I'm missing the hell out of it.
You know what? I just realized how much people freaking love Bray.
Yeah. Well,
they love The Fiend.
I think he's been loved since the first time he showed up on WWE.
Listen, and I love him too. I think he's phenomenal. But
yeah,
the fact that so many people are asking about Bray when The Fiend is coming back, when he's coming back, I think it's pretty cool.
That is really cool. I don't know, man. I think we're going to get some more crazy, spooky stuff. We're going to get a lot more of what you kind of come to expect from him. I think we're going to get a lot of more wackadoo promos.
Okay.
Maybe a new character. Maybe a new character, too.
Yeah, maybe modified, right?
I also wouldn't mind seeing him as Cape Fear Bray Wyatt again.
Oh, that was a great one, too.
My least favorite Stone Cold shirt where his arms are snakes.
Hold on, this?
Yeah.
What a stupid shirt, huh? This Stone Cold shirt is the dumbest shirt I've ever seen in my life.
If it didn't have any writing on it, sure. But it's like got so much stupid text on it.
I would have liked it if he was on a magic carpet.
And he had the two snakes?
And he had the two snakes, yeah.
Oh, my God. Imagine if he pitched that idea.
Here comes Hunter.
Guys, how about I come out on the magic carpet?
What?
I've recently watched Disney's Aladdin
You know who
on VHS.
You know who else had a magic carpet? Didn't Piccolo have a magic carpet?
I think so.
Piccolo? Yeah. He loves Dragon Ball Z.
Somebody I'm sorry for this tangent really quick.
Yeah.
China looks phenomenal here.
Yeah.
Somebody posted her match against Masahiro Chono yesterday on Instagram. What a match. What a bizarre situation.
And Chono gave her so much.
And they beat the shit out of each other.
Like, he beat the crap out of her. And then the pin was so good. It was such like a nonchalant pin by him.
And she's got crazy blonde hair. And guys, if you have like a minute, go on YouTube and watch Masahiro Chono versus China in
Wild
in Japan. I think it was AJPW, or was it like another
New Japan?
It was
Inoki. It was Inoki.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Another one from Vibor.
Because that's when she was like right after she melted down and she did that weird Howard Stern appearance. And she's like, wrestling here, no one, the great Antonio Inoki. And she went on this weird rant about him and then sung that song.
Oh, wow. Another one.
Where were you on the 4th of July? You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
The song was dedicated to X-Pac.
Oh, boy. Another quitter. Last quitter. Twitter quitter. Is this the last question?
Yeah.
All right. Another one from Vibor. When will Triple H have his next match and against whom? Who will challenge Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank? Where's Keith Lee?
Okay.
Love these lot of questions.
All right. I'm going to bang them out. Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
I don't know when Hunter's wrestling again. I would expect next year. Who will be challenging Roman at Money in the Bank? I don't. Oh, no. Don't we know that already? Isn't his opponent Kofi? Did they announce that?
No.
They did not announce
I don't
Kofi
think so.
at Money in the Bank?
You know what? I'm not 100% sure.
NJPW, the Spiral 2002 is the show that she was on.
Okay. Cool.
I thought I could have sworn, somebody tell me, maybe I hallucinated it. It's quite possible. Where's Keith Lee? Not there. I don't know what his update is. There's a trademark issue with his name also. Did you know that?
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh no, it's Lashley and Kofi.
Okay.
So I don't know who Roman's opponent is. Yeah, it is Lashley. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I thought you worked there.
Thank you, chat room. What?
I thought you worked there. What happened?
I work there. I just they don't tell me anything anymore. Keith Lee, there's like a weird trademark thing going on with his name. I'm not saying that that's the reason why he's off TV. I don't know when he's coming back. Will Edge or John Cena be involved in Money in the Bank in some capacity? I don't think so. Maybe in a ladder match. No, John Cena and Edge are not wrestling at Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
that's not happening.
I don't want to see these guys in a ladder match either. I don't want to see Edge in a ladder match ever again.
I don't want to see John Cena climb a flight of stairs.
No, not at all. He has to get airlifted everywhere.
Yeah,
like a Terminator robot.
Did you watch a China documentary before we wrap it up?
I did not.
And then there was a $4.99 from Ryan with the draft coming up. Do you see Shayna Baszler switching brand? She definitely needs a reset. I agree with you, Ryan, 130%. I think they need to get rid of her, move her to another brand, and have her be, the tough effort that she is.
Let's see. I think we have time for like one more.
One more.
Right? Okay. Damn, I lost it too. There was a good one here. Okay. Rated C. What is your thought on the Diamond Mine, and what if there are more people joining the Diamond Mine?
I got to tell you, it's funny because that night I got a message from someone saying it's Roddy. I didn't know that there's a thing, but I didn't want to ruin it. I hate to do that, like when the show is on.
Right.
I don't want to ruin a big surprise like that. So I kind of sat on it, but I had no idea the other people that were part of it. I have no idea where they're going. I don't know if they were pleased with it. I just felt it kind of was a little lacklustered with the debut, but it's still very early to kind of tell. But it was nice that they ended the show with that. But now the Battery. Everybody wants to know who's the Battery.
Okay.
I don't know who the Battery is. I really don't know.
I don't have anything. I don't have any speculation on that.
I don't either.
I do like that Roddy got his own group though.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Good for him. Because like they're pushing Kyle and Adam as the singles. I guess Bobby Fish too.
Yeah, they're all singles.
But they're gonna. You know what they're doing? I think they're testing. And correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah.
I think they're testing the waters for these guys to have them debut on the main roster as a group, and then see if they have the juice to do like a Shield type reunion, like during that run. I
guess so, maybe.
Because you're gonna see that in NXT within the next few months.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do those reunions for sure.
They're gonna do the Undisputed
Listen,
Era
they did
reunion.
it with DIY, right?
They're going to do the
Bunch of times.
Undisputed reunion. People are going to go nuts. And then they're going to see if it has legs for the main roster.
Yeah.
And just redo that storyline again, you know? Because that's built-in television right there.
All right. Let's wrap it up, right? Are we
Yeah,
done?
I think we're
All
good,
right,
dude.
cool. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be live. We'll do actually maybe not.
Okay.
Maybe not, unfortunately.
Okay.
Let me find out.
All right.
I just remembered.
Listen, we can tweet.
Maybe we could tweet.
We can
I'll figure it
always
out.
tweet, baby.
Guys, here's the problem. The summer becomes so monopolized in my life.
You got kids.
Because I got kids, and I'm like the Boys and Girls Club for wayward children.
Got them huge.
All the kids run around here. It's wild. So
Do you hate some of the kids that come around?
sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what? Not the group now, but I've eliminated some.
Uh-huh,
I've
okay.
eliminated some friends. All right, guys, that's it for this week. Hey, guys, listen, follow me at Andrew Zarian, BTC Rich on Twitter, Behind the Counter 2.0.
Yeah, baby.
Saturday morning. Who are you interviewing?
Tomorrow, I'm interviewing Jesse Lonergan. He was nominated for an Eisner this year for Best Single Issue for this comic book called Hydra. We have a fun interview. Check it out.
Excellent. And that's it for this week. I'm late. I got to run. Goodbye.
Mwah.
All right, thank you, everybody. I am so late. Love all of you. I'll see you all on Twitter.
What time's
Bye.
What time's the train right now?